Live from the legendary podcast bus in sunny California, it's America's funniest new podcast.
Oh my God, what did you get over?
Pretty happy about it. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Good.
We think it's funny. And now, here are your hosts, Mark Schiff and Daniel Nobel.
Hey, Mark Schiff here for the podcast We Think It's Funny with my co-host, Danny Lobel. Hello, Danny.
How are you, Mark?
Good, and we have a guest in the studio today, Jay Mohr, JJ. And yes, he is here. Took me 6 months to get him here.
Yeah, I moved it a couple times on you, and for that, I'm like, you know how it goes. We get busy.
I don't know how it goes.
You don't know how it goes?
No,
By the way,
no.
this is like the youngest, most vibrant I've ever seen you look. This is good for you, this podcast.
Yeah, it's very healthy for me. It's good for my...
Very helpful.
Yeah.
It helps my tuberculosis.
Lobel, speaking of tuberculosis,
Yeah.
is yours clearing up?
Almost there.
You know what's amazing? You know, I coach high school wrestling,
I didn't know that.
and every year I have to get a TB test.
Do you?
Like, it's amazing that in 2025, there's
Yeah.
like the threat of tuberculosis.
Right. Yeah, when I worked in the rehabs, they made me do that every year, the TB test.
Like, who?
They poke you, and then you get to see if these dots pop up on you.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, is tuberculosis a thing?
It's huge. No, all schools, you have to get a TB. My wife worked in a school. She didn't even work with the kids. She just did finance, but she was in the school, and they had to get a pop test.
I don't think I've ever met anybody with tuberculosis, or at least I've never been made aware that they had it, you know?
Yeah.
Is that a lung thing? What
Yeah,
is
TB.
Do you wind up in the iron lung? Whatever happened to iron lungs?
They may as well
Who
make you
are
do
these people?
a polio
Who-
test while you're there.
Whatever happened
Yeah.
to iron lungs?
You know, I did a gig many years ago with Jay and Ralphie May at Gotham Comedy Club.
player.
Yeah, and
I miss him every day.
Yeah, he was the best. I loved him. You know, I opened for him for years, and
Yeah.
so that's how I wound up doing that show with you
I'm
guys.
too selfish to catalog other guys' openers.
Right. But we were hanging out in the green room at Gotham, and Jay did the greatest Pat Cooper impression.
Oh, wow. I think that was the only time I ever did it.
Yeah,
Really?
I think that was the only time I ever did it.
it's unbelievable.
But you never succumb. So here's what happened. I did the Drew Carey roast, and it was my one and only roast. And I don't know how much closer I can get this thing.
I'm just moving it for you.
And I bombed. Like, I bombed because I made fun of sacred cows. I made fun of Freddie Roman's toupee. I made fun of Mayor Dinkins was there. I said, well, I can't hear anything. You just did mine.
Go ahead.
I said after the roast, Mayor Dinkins and Abe Beam are going to go out back and have a good old-fashioned bad mayor off. And Freddie Roman's like, you're out of line. I bombed. And then Pat Cooper went up, and his first, 5 minutes was like, where's that young man? Where's that young man who bombed? They did not like you. You were not funny, but you never succumb. You never succumb. He just kept saying, succumb. You never succumb. I believe that was the only time I've ever attempted a Pat Cooper impression.
It's
up
so
until
good.
now.
Nobody does a Pat Cooper.
Nobody, not
impression.
even Pat Cooper.
I think you also did Colin Quinn at one point.
Well, Pat Cooper now is Bill Burr.
Pat. Oh.
Anything tell me something we can all agree on is phenomenally great.
Sunrise in Malibu.
Is that so great? Really? Okay. Like, I gotta sit there and look up at the stupid sky, you know? Get a stiff neck, big deal.
What a great observation.
Like, I give a darn, like I care, you know?
That's it.
Yeah, we're all sober, Bill.
I don't know how I never saw that.
Is that so great?
Yeah.
Mother Teresa's good, is she?
Yeah.
Walking around, hanging around with lepers, like I care, you know? Okay. Gee, once you get to tell, it's like, wow.
I called Pat Cooper once. I did a book years ago called I Killed True Stories of the Road with Rich Scheidner. We put this
I remember
book.
your book when I was coming up.
Yeah. Hopefully it helped you a little. Probably not. So I called Pat Cooper, and he was already deaf. I don't even know why he picked up the phone. But all he did was yell, and he couldn't hear a single thing I said. And then after 10 minutes, he hung up. That was the entire conversation.
But he never succumbed.
Never succumb.
He used to come and do my college. I did the podcast and the college radio, and he came in. He was over 80 years old. It was a blizzard, and he took the subway, and there was like black ice and everything. I was like, he comes in off the subway, and I'm like, Pat, you know, I would have sent you a car or something. He goes, you kidding me? I might be over 80, but I still got pepper in my ass.
What college?
Baruch in New York.
Baruch. So Pat Cooper has one of the great album covers of all time, I think. Do you know the one, The Italian Hero? I think that was the name in the album. And there's a, he's lying in the middle of a 6-foot hero with the salami and the cheese. He's just right in the middle of it, like just laying there. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Best comedy album name ever, Dennis Miller, The Off-White album.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
That'll never be topped. The Off-White album.
Yeah.
Tom Arnold had, I think, one of the best names for an autobiography. How I Lost 5 Pounds in 15 Years.
Well, they say everything sounds like a book title if you just put My First 10 Years in Hollywood after it.
Wow.
Wow, My First 10 Years in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy. You do look great.
I try to take care of myself, and the first thing you said when you got here is you had to pee.
Oh.
That's the sound. That's the relief sound.
No, it's just the bane of my existence. I got this little bladder. I was born premature.
Were you?
2 months. Fetal alcohol syndrome. So my lungs, everything was kind of tiny.
You folks drank?
My mom, yeah. And then, so like wrestling and stuff, my lungs got regular, but my bladder is just still. And plus I wet the bed. So anytime I feel any pressure, I get anxiety like, uh-oh.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh.
And anytime there's like a big decision or like, okay, we're about to start the show, it's like, not yet, you're not. I'll be right back.
Do you think are you typically early for things because you came out early?
Yeah, like an hour and a half late today.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
it was
in
early.
general.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
That was like bookend funny. No, I'm early for things because lately, usually, but I rallied quick.
You did.
I was here in a half hour.
Were you in bed when I spoke to you?
No, I was up and at 'em doing meetings and.
Wow. Yeah, you got here very quickly, and I do appreciate that. And you said because you don't have a assistant.
Yeah, no.
You know, do you need one?
No.
No.
It's just, as long as the guys I screw over is like your level, I'm okay.
That's nasty. That's so.
You want me to really hurt you?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know I love you.
I do.
When
Go
I was in like high school, I'd watch Letterman,
Okay.
and you were always on Letterman.
Yeah.
And you would bomb,
Wow.
and I thought I could do comedy.
Wow.
So I'm not. No.
That's good.
You, Bob Sarlott bombed. There was never a laugh. Like,
Never.
ever. So like there's you were great, and there was a couple where I saw you, maybe you just had a rough night, but I was like, you're the reason I'm in comedy.
That's so sweet. What a wonderful story.
But now you make me laugh all the time.
Yeah. It's kind of a little bit of the reverse. It's a wonderful life. You know, I wouldn't have had a life if you weren't so awful.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, I'm glad it worked for you. And I've hopefully I've gotten better.
No, you're one of the guys I love. You're always, you know what you are? You're what I wish I could be on stage. And I know my worth on stage, but you're like this, you're an effortless funny. It's always like you're just going up there, like you just took your coat off, you just walked into a room,
Maybe
and
if
you
you
start
put the
talking.
effort in, then
So
you,
by
on the
way,
other hand,
I felt that way about you watching some of your sets on YouTube.
I don't YouTube well. I don't. Thank you, but I don't feel like
It
there's
looked
a
effortless.
good. Oh, okay.
And you looked fearless, and I have fear. And you may not have been fearless. Like there was a moment you said there, when it gets quiet, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
You remember saying that?
I love that part.
Yeah, you said that. And I go, God, I wish I could do that. I wish I wouldn't fear that silence that comedians are so afraid of.
you know, George Carlin said that living in the silences was like the greatest.
What did he know?
He
Yeah,
said
moron.
for
He
him
stinks.
that was like the greatest.
Is he so great?
Bit
Really?
Of, yeah, bit of
You
growth.
ever notice?
I love Carlin's my. That's my higher power. Like,
Right.
holy smokes! But yeah, the pauses make the symphony. That's an old expression. But like the whole thing is when you get them quiet. When you do like a theater and there's 1,000 people and you can actually hear the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Like that's power.
For me, that's my whole act.
Yeah.
Like you play places with air conditioning.
When you are on stage in front of 1,000 people, they know there's air conditioning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there is air conditioning. Oh, there's Ralphie on the montage up there. Did I ever tell you my only? When I was on drugs, I had a real psychotic break. I was paddleboarding and I had a full auditory hallucination conversation with Ralphie on a paddleboard.
What?
Like behind Duke's.
What was the conversation?
Jay Mohr, if you got a bird on your helmet, you stink. That's how it started. And I'm like, what? He goes, if you got a bird on your helmet, you stink, player. I go, the Philadelphia Eagles? He goes, come on, JJ, they stink. And it was like 20 minutes. I'm naming teams. I'm like, Louisville, Cardinal. He goes, stink! 20 minutes.
You helped Ralphie make it, man. He loved you so much because
Ralphie's like Tom Cruise. He was pumping gas in Minot, North Dakota. They would have discovered him eventually. Like you can't contain talent like that.
Ralphie told me one time that he owes everything to Jay. He said because nobody wanted to give him a chance because he was fat, and nobody wanted to put him on TV, and Jay stuck his neck out for him. And they didn't want to put him on Last Comic Standing. And Jay said, like, hell, you're not going to put him on. This guy's the funniest guy, right?
Did you say stick your neck out? Is that why I have a giraffe
There you
tattoo?
go.
Is that what's the story from your perspective?
Well, I just saw a guy that killed harder than anybody was killing. And I saw a guy that was a good guy. And basically the whole Last Comic Standing started from any time people asked me who my favorite comics were, I would name 4 guys that nobody had ever heard of. So it was like, how do I get these guys like the Dave Attell's?
Rich Voss, one of them?
Rich Voss. Look at the black chicks checking me out. I like all these guys, like nobody knew these guys. And I was like, there has to be a vehicle where we can put the guys that I know that we all, like guys like me and Mark and Daniel know are hilarious, but they just haven't had that break yet.
Yeah.
And Ralphie definitely was one of those guys. But Ralphie, that's a volcano. You were never gonna not have to vacate the village from lava with that guy.
But the story is what? They didn't want to put him on TV because he was too fat?
No, that never came up.
That's what he told me.
Well, addicts have a lot of self-loathing, and we tell ourselves a lot of things. But Ralphie May he's, as Barry Katz would say, he was undeniable.
Undeniable.
Undeniable. Yeah. But you want to hear the funniest thing I ever heard on Last Comic Standing? Wasn't on stage. We were at the Tonight Show waiting for the comics to film something, and then I heard over the walkie-talkie, Ralphie's coming through the elephant doors.
Wow, that is... Did he hear it?
No, it was like... Somebody had to wait, like you park and somebody goes, okay, right this way. Mm-hmm. They were bringing them. They just had the big elephant doors open. You know what elephant doors are?
Yeah, where they let the elephants out of the circus.
Yeah, but it's like a 2-story high door.
Yeah,
and they're only on like sound stages. But it's just like Ralphie's coming through the elephant doors. It's amazing. Poor guy, my ass.
I'm also remembering, did he work for you for a little while?
Well, yeah, we did more stories. That's my podcast. More sports on ESPN. It was like Ralphie's got to be on this writing staff.
Yeah,
and we could use him in sketches and stuff.
Yeah,
and we would do sketches like me and Ralphie played 2-on-2 basketball against like 2 Phoenix Suns. It was like Stephon Marbury and I forget the guy with Sean Marion, the guy with no neck. And Ralphie played Anna Nicole Smith on the show, and I was Larry King, and we just had a ball, and he was a good writer. He was a good writer. He was a good monologue writer, because you need those guys that get like a little darker.
Yeah,
he would hand in some dark jokes. We had a great staff. Ian Edwards was on that staff. KP Anderson was my showrunner, and then we had this guy John Mohr, no relation. We called him the Colonel because he's from Kentucky, and he really had a real S-kicking way of talking, man.
Yeah,
and his. Like when you work on a show, there's some guy, everybody finds their lane. And his thing was in the monologue, he wouldn't hand in like sketch pieces or anything. But if there was a monologue, if somebody died that was famous, you immediately looked over to John Mohr's desk.
Wow.
Because he was the king of, there was an awkward moment at the funeral when like Dale Earnhardt Jr. died. Dale Earnhardt Jr. died. Fans everywhere are mourning. There was an awkward moment at the funeral when they tried to put his casket into the hearse through the window.
You know who was the king of that? Was Norm on SNL when he did Weekend Update. Anytime somebody died, he had the greatest.
Death is what's funnier than death.
Yeah,
it was like it's so final.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think death is... Maybe I won't think that as I'm tapping out.
Right.
Franklin Ajayi had a whole routine about certain deaths you had to laugh at. Like when certain things happened to people.
Yeah.
Like you open a cabinet door and an iron falls on your head and it kills you.
Where there's no way to spruce up the obituary whatsoever. Like if you get killed by a dolphin, it's like that's
So,
hilarious.
God forbid, the day that you go, will you put in what you died of? Do you want your family to do that? Because I read a lot of obituaries and they won't put in what the person.
I've never done. I mean, not to.
Yeah, but you know that, right? You ever read those things? They never tell you.
Yeah, on the news they'll withhold it a lot. If it's like substance issues, maybe they don't say it. What would you say? You're gonna?
Yeah, I already actually told them on my tombstone. It's in my will that it has to say, "I told you I was sick."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like that one. I think when people walk by, they'll laugh.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is good.
Do you want to be? Oh, you can't be. Is it wrong to ask a Jew if he wants to be cremated?
We're not supposed to be.
Right.
But if
you're covered in tattoos, you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
either.
No, I just took the face ones off yesterday.
Yeah.
But I guess if I burn to death in a fire, then I've been cremated.
But how do you want your how do you want your stuff to go?
My burial?
Yeah.
Well, we have it. We already bought land in Simi Valley.
Simi Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why there?
It's a little cheaper up there.
It's going to be interned into the Reagan Library.
And we're in the Jewish section, so you can't really. You can come visit me, but you can't
I'm
wait.
circumcised. I got my pass.
I heard.
Do you see? Have you checked your plot? Do you see the space?
Yeah, it's nice. It's beautiful.
Any blacks?
No.
Okay.
Ethiopian Jews.
Ethiopian.
Rastafari.
Wow. Oh,
I tell my family I want to be cremated because here's the thing: when you drive past the cemetery, and there's massive ones here in Los Angeles along the 405, it takes 5 minutes to get past it if you're doing 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
There's nobody in it.
it's all
Nobody
empty land.
visits.
Every single tombstone, there was 40 people weeping. This was the worst day of their life. How will I ever live? Nothing.
Right.
I had
Maybe once a year.
I
And
had
that
an idea that could revolutionize cemeteries
Yes.
for a business, where you put flat screens on the tombstones with and you can go and you can tap them and interact with the dead people.
I like this.
And
Yeah.
you
I
put
thought it was going to be lame, and you got me at the end. Good.
Then it gets better. You can do a QR code and follow the dead people on a dead social media platform.
Wow.
Where the family can constantly update stuff about that person's life. So people could build a fan base when they're dead off the cemetery. Then people would be like, hey, let's go check out the cemetery, see if we could find any new talent today.
It's depressing to
You
me
like that
because
idea?
I like it.
I can't build a fan base alive. That I can't
Yeah.
imagine how weak it would be after
You haven't
I'm
been
dead.
doing it that long.
Yeah.
You got
By
to
the
give
way,
it time, Mark.
My friend Tom Mabe, you know Tom Mabe?
No, but I
Okay,
got a feeling you're going to tell me about him.
I'm going to tell you, he has a called Mabe in America. He's a Southern guy.
Yeah.
He has a podcast called Interviews with Dead People, and he does a whole AI thing. And
Really?
Yeah, it's really interesting. He has one with John Lennon. He has a whole conversation with Lennon.
I didn't say we were bigger than Jesus. I said we were taller.
It's all him,
There
Jesus
you go.
himself.
But I want to be cremated.
Yeah.
And I want to be in an urn and just keep me next to the TV because I love watching TV.
Do you really want to be cremated?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
I can tell
What
you.
else
Because I
has
don't
he
want
got to
because I
do?
don't want to be in the dirt where nobody comes to visit me. I want to be right there. I want good luck to my teenage sons trying to pound one out with dad in the corner.
Yeah. So, but do you want your kid to have that urn in his house every time he walked in the living room? He sees dead dad.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what you could do
Like
one
I'm
better?
still here hanging out.
Do one better then. Get yourself taxidermy.
No. No. Because have
They
you
have to
seen
set you up in the living room.
taxidermy never goes well. It's always something doesn't go right. There's a few animals that are just great for taxidermy, like marlins, elks, moose,
Yeah.
bears. Everything else just winds up.
But it would
Looking
still
like
look
Jocelyn Wildstein.
It'll still look more like you than the ashes.
Yeah, but it's the idea of me, right? But I never used to watch TV, and then I just started watching TV at like 50. So I never saw Seinfeld. I never watched Deadwood. I never watched like any of these shows.
Really?
So now I'm like, oh my god,
Because you were too young?
it was too high. Couldn't
Too
sit
high.
still.
So, by the way, back to the Letterman thing for a second, because
He's not gonna let
it
that
really,
go.
But we agree, Bob Sarlott.
yeah, the worst.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
I was still drinking during the Letterman period. And I'm not making excuses.
You want to make an amends to me for how bad you bombed?
No, you've done very well, thanks to me. But I would force myself to stop drinking before I did a Letterman, and I was so friggin' shaky.
Yeah.
It was terrible. I just wouldn't drink for about a week before.
Whoa.
And
you were probably drinking. You would have killed.
I would have.
Do you think Dave ever put guys on that were bad on purpose? Like, look how bad this guy is. Do you think he was
obviously, according to you, yes.
No. So you know you're funny.
Yeah.
You're hilarious.
Yeah.
But do you think like there was guys that was just
He put some of his friends on that weren't
all right?
at a
I would
level.
do the same thing.
So would I.
Yeah.
So would I.
Want to hear a great Ralphie story?
Yeah.
We're driving to Phoenix. It's me, my friend Walter, and Ralphie's in the back seat, and it's pouring. You know that rain on the 10 where like you're doing 20, like it's
Yeah.
scary. And all of a sudden the rain stops, and Walter, my guy, he's driving. He goes, "There's, the sun's coming through the clouds, and you can see the white cap on the mountain on your left as you're driving east." And he goes, "Man, that's what God looks like, man." And I go, "Oh, wow, yeah." And Ralphie from the back seat goes, "It sure does, player. That's what God looks like." And then it's raining again. It happens again. I go, "Wow, there it is again. There's God again." Like 10 minutes later, yeah. And then it's pouring rain. Like the windshield wipers aren't doing anything. And Ralphie goes, "There goes God again." It was an Entenmann's truck next to us the whole time. So when we were looking at the mountain, he was looking at a giant donut on the side. He thought we were talking about the donut picture. He's like, "That's what God looks like." It sure is, player. It sure is. Jay Mohr, if you got a bird on your helmet, you stink.
Wow. Did you do your stand-up while you were drinking? A lot?
Yeah, well, I stopped drinking in 98. I haven't drank in a long time.
98.
Because I just couldn't stop and it freaked me out. But I would drink often on the way before I left at pregame, and I'd drink at like the Laugh Factory and whatever. But there's like certain phrases I would say on stage that I would slur. And I would either I would try to change the word. I don't remember what they were, but I would try to change the wording of the bit. But I knew it wouldn't work as well. Like words are so precious when you get them just right. And usually you have no thought. You just say that sentence and it comes out that way and your friends go, "Whoa."
Yeah.
And I would try to do that, and then I would just stop doing those jokes, or I would not drink as much until after. But it was always like regular people don't do that.
No.
Regular people don't go like, if I go like this and I go like this and then I do that, then this might happen. Like
So it was more drugs?
Oh, pills. I'm a pill guy, yeah.
What kind?
Adderall mostly.
You got hooked on them?
Oh.
Snorting it?
Oh, yeah.
And what's it like to stop that?
Sleep a lot.
Do you have to go through a doctor's thing to stop?
Yeah, I went to detox for 5 days, 6 days, and I was like, it was literally 3 days of not opening your eyes. Like you just I would take a bath and go back to bed.
I got hooked on pills for a little while. It was very hard to get off. Vicodins I was hooked on.
That was one of my hardest detoxes because I've quit everything eventually and kept taking my will back. Like I quit drinking in 98, then I got addicted to NyQuil.
Yeah.
2 bottles a day, and I was like,
wow.
By the way, fantastic.
Did you put it in the blender?
No, I just drink it out of the
right
bottle.
out of the bottle.
Like your grandfather would drive with a beer between his legs.
Well, what's so good about it? You say it's fantastic.
I think I've never done heroin, but from what people tell me, it's kind of like snorting heroin if you drink a whole bottle of NyQuil.
Really?
Was this a prescription?
NyQuil? No, it's like that cough medicine.
So what's in it that gets you high?
Ridiculous alcohol and ridiculous amounts of antihistamines.
Yeah, I take Claritin once in a while. Not Claritin. What's it?
Benadryl?
Benadryl, like if I have a problem.
I wouldn't even take that.
Sometimes I need to because I have allergies.
Anytime I get on any medication, I won't read the side effects. Because as soon as I read the side effects, I start
psychosomatic.
thinking, so I just don't want to know. If I get a side effect, I'll deal with it. But I don't even want to know what they are.
Yeah, like my head just got tight. It was almost like I was like, oh my God. I go, we're watching Rocky 3. By the way, completely forgot how phenomenal Rocky 3 is.
Yeah.
Like it's actually a great movie.
Who's he fighting in it?
Clubber Lang, Mr. T.
Yeah.
And first he's got to go in with the charity, Hulk Hogan is Thunder Lips.
Wow.
And that's the one where Mickey dies.
Yeah.
And he has that, like Sylvester Stallone has this amazing freak out crying scene. Ah! He goes nuts. Where you're like, you want to make fun of it, but you're like, my man's bleeding on the page here.
Yeah.
You don't have it, Rocky. You never had it.
Ah!
tell you, Rocky, you're a loser. Yeah.
Burgess Meredith, by the way, was one of the great Broadway actors.
Yeah.
Amazing. I read his autobiography.
What was it called? Maybe in America?
Yeah. It was a great book. If you want to follow anything about theater of the 40s, 30s, it's a great book.
Speaking of theater, I just had David Mamet on my podcast.
I saw that you had him on, and I was so
starstruck. More than any celebrity I've ever had on my podcast. The fact that I was talking to Mamet about my stand-up comedy.
How did that happen? How'd you wind up getting him on?
A friend of mine is producing his latest movie starring a guy we know, Shia. And it just fell. I don't know. I got an email from my booker saying, "How's David Mamet?" And I was like, what? I turned to Lou Costello.
What movie were you talking about with him where you said the first 11 minutes grabbed me?
Henry Johnson, his latest. And it's only streamable, henryjohnson.com. And it's such a Mamet masterpiece where like there's only like 4 or 5 people in the whole movie.
That's what he said, yeah.
And every scene, the 11 minutes on the first one, the second one's like 17 minutes of just 2 guys back and forth where I get anxiety like, how do you guys memorize all those lines? This is crazy.
You've done a lot of acting, and you're a great actor.
Not in a long time.
Yeah, why? Why not?
Apparently the business is done with me. Thanks.
They're not done
Thanks
with you.
for bringing it up.
Nice.
They are
You know
not.
what I did last night? I got on my knees and I prayed for another acting role. First time I've ever asked God for work literally in my entire life. 54 years old, I never asked God for work.
Wow.
Not because I need the money, but because I need the attention.
You know, by the way, interesting about praying for something you want. You know Chuck Chamberlain, right?
Chuck C,
Yeah, Chuck C.
New pair of glasses.
New pair of glasses. He said he never prayed. He never told God what he wanted. He said God always knew what he wanted. He didn't have to tell him. That.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I don't have to tell God, God, please get me more comedy work. He knows that I want more comedy work.
But don't you feel like I would tell a sponsee, don't you feel like I feel like sometimes God's waiting for me to hit my knees and just verbalize it.
So what I do is when I do say the things, God, help me be of service to somebody that needs it. He knows what I want. Before I go on stage, I do this 2 prayers you would know about, the 3rd and 7th step prayer. To remind me it's not about me, it's about them. I don't say to God, make me funny here tonight.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean?
Most of my prayers are just straight thanks.
Yeah.
Like before I go on stage, I go, thank you. And, I get to make people happy for a living.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
Leno once said, at the end of the day, if I don't do well, I didn't make poison gas that day. It's going to kill people. I just wasn't as funny as I could have been. People are in those businesses. What's your vision of this higher power?
It's undefinable, really. It's kind of like this. I like the big universe that always expands. So does my concept of a higher power. But it's always been, ever since I was a little kid, I've always been very comfortable with it. I didn't need any convincing. When I was little, when you're little and you're like, oh, something bad happens and you go, oh God, you look up, oh God. Like nobody taught me that.
Right.
So what I do is, if you have to write down your God's attributes, we probably have very similar, like beautiful, kind, loving, patient, all-knowing, all-compassionate, funny. So, like, we have the same exact attributes that we attribute to our higher power. It's just, I think it gets lost in the actual trying to use words to explain it, which brings me to like, is it St. Francis, wherever you go, spread the good news, and if you have to use words.
Wow. And then the St. Francis prayer, of course, which is all about giving. And make me a channel of love rather than receive love. Make me this. And
my God's timing is proven to be ridiculously perfect, where I feel very tiny and small and silly that I stressed over something when it actually happens. It's always my best interest.
In hindsight.
I heard somebody say once, my God's got a picture of me in his wallet and he likes to show people.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
That is really nice. By the way, I had the same thing as you. I never had even as a little kid, I believed.
Yeah.
I never had an issue with it. And I know these people struggle forever. Even very holy people, they struggle.
But why do they struggle? Not the holy people, but why do you think I have a theory, so I'm teeing you up so I can give you my better answer.
I want to hear it.
it's because if I admit to a higher power, then I no longer can play God, and that's really the hiccup for me. That's really the hiccup for addicts. Is like, well, if I finally just surrender and agree that there's this thing, this whatever it is that
Let's
is just
call it an Entenmann's truck.
an Entenmann's truck out there on my left, right in front of a mountain, like, then I no longer can run. Then I have to admit that I am no longer running the show, and that's really the rub. And let's be honest,
ego.
Of course it's ego. If Jesus had fentanyl, we would hitchhike to the Inland Empire to go meet him, and we tell our friends, come with me, you're going to love him.
Yeah.
No, he's a good guy. He's chill.
But haven't you learned you don't run the show because you're a married man? Now, obviously, you didn't learn it twice,
I learned it. I unlearned it twice, yeah.
right?
Yeah, I've divorced twice, and I thank them for, both of my wives led me to fatherhood.
Nice. You have one?
I have two different moms,
Right.
22 and 14.
I know you had a boy, right?
2 boys.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got 3 boys.
They're amazing.
Amazing.
They're very different.
Yeah.
What are your boys' interests?
My oldest son called me the other day and said, this he's at Oregon, University of Oregon. He goes, this midterm is just kicking my ass. And I figured it out, Dad. Worst case scenario, I get a 70, and that'll bring my GPA down to a 90, and I still graduate with an A.
Wow.
And I said, wow, I can't get your brother to dry his feet when he gets out of the shower.
Those are different boys.
Yeah.
Totally different
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's
wow.
like a rocket scientist, and one's a scallop.
I got
I
2.
feel like you have both sides in you.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was exactly like my younger lazy one. It's exactly like me. When I wrestled,
Yeah.
stalling is an actual penalty in wrestling.
Yeah.
The other guy gets points when you don't work.
Mm-hmm.
I can look so busy.
Wow.
But
While
you have
doing-
that rocket scientist side to you too, because I've listened to your podcasts over the years and stuff. You have a pretty brilliant.
I think it's just curiosity. I just like knowing stuff. And I hated, like, when I was bad as not bad. I couldn't shut up as a kid. So they'd always sit me in the front of the room. So I just stared at the maps. So I got like obsessed with like, why is that boundary like that? And like West Virginia looks like a fireball, and New Jersey looks like a cop facing the right.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why? Wow, they just gave up in the middle. They just made squares and put. Like, I just got obsessed. Like it was it's like a class project, and they ran out of time. Like there, that's only 40. That's only 48 north and south. There, you're welcome. And so I've always had a curiosity. And then I'd meet a girl that was really into jazz, and I'd be like, and I'd get into jazz.
Yeah.
But I've always asked the good question, which was, if I'm going to get into jazz, what's the first album I should listen to?
And what's the answer?
Blue.
Davis?
Miles Davis, kind of.
Yeah.
Blue.
Yeah. And then you go, oh, who's this guy? Cannonball Adderley. Then you
Yeah.
go that way. Then he goes, brother Nat Adderley. Then you go Bill Evans. Then you go McCoy Tyner. Then you go, you can go crazy with knowledge from one album.
Yeah.
And like, I've done that.
Rushan Roland Kirk. You know him?
No,
Blind, plays 2-3
I
instruments.
don't,
at
I
one.
don't, I don't like
No,
blind people.
You don't have to like him.
Especially when they
blind.
play
He
music.
doesn't
I feel
care
like
if-
they get a pass.
He plays 2 saxophones at once. You got to listen.
Yeah, but you brought up that he was blind first. That's my point.
Right.
well,
The
because
guy play. Was he play one in his
let me
rear
tell
end?
you, if you were blind, you were playing tennis. That would be the first thing that people would bring up about you. You
that
got to
you're
see
blind.
this guy. He's blind and he's a world champion tennis player.
Right, but they would say, "Meet my friend Jay. He's blind." If you didn't know I
wait a
played
minute,
tennis,
What if you're blind and you have one arm? Which one goes first?
He's blind guy with one arm.
Well, yeah.
Blind guy.
You,
and he
you
has
combine
one
it
arm?
in one sentence.
You wouldn't say the one arm guy that's blind. You'd say the blind guy with one
Yeah.
arm.
Is there
Right.
anything that trumps blind?
Bring up Trump. I told
Midget.
you not to bring up Trump.
Midget.
What?
Midget.
Yeah.
Trump-
This guy's a midget, and he's
You
blind.
cannot outrun midget.
Yeah, and he's blind. You just
You could
throw in.
be a 50th degree Don black belt. It's
Yeah.
like, that midget guy that's a black belt.
Right.
You could save people from burning buildings.
Could you see? By the way, it's little people these days. But I,
I
don't care.
disagree.
I-
What are they going to fight me?
Yeah. Could you? Are you? I don't know. When you see a short person, little person, midget coming, could you not see them as their size? Could you actually see them? They say people go, I'm blind to, different types of people.
No, I see them exactly as they are, and I guess
And could you not think that they're short?
no. Because they are. That's reality.
But some people say that they don't see.
They're lying.
Yeah, they are. They're
They're
lying.
denying reality. The reality is, Swife is black. He's over here with a green Yankee hat. Like, it's just, that's what it is.
I'm just
white,
amazed that
you're a
you
Jew.
went for the green Yankee hat and not the fact that I'm fat.
I know, you saw me hiccup on that. I'm like, he's enormous.
He took a breather.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. He could put his hands in his pockets naked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was.
I know I'm hanging around real.
curveball.
I know I'm hanging around real comedians when the best I get is wow.
Wow.
Like there's no laughter. It's just like wow,
Yeah.
wow.
No, I just let gas out. That's the wow. Had nothing. Wow. So the kids are good, pretty good. Anyone want to go into show business?
No. Well, my youngest, I don't know. He's 14 years old. Everything he wants to do is different every day.
Yeah, they do, right? I remember that.
The oldest wants to be a addiction psychologist. He's going for his doctorate.
How old is he?
22.
Wow, that's pretty
He's on the
good.
dean's list. He's like, he's ridiculous. And the youngest, I don't know, wants to make beats.
I love beats.
I actually heard one of his beats. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? His social skills are off the charts. We go bowling every Tuesday night, my wife and I and the kids. And my friend was visiting from Japan. He's a white guy that teaches in Japan. And he comes with his literally just 18-year-old, gorgeous, half Japanese daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she's dressed like a half Japanese, cool, the little skirt, the big clunky shoes, and the this and that. She's really cutie pie. And we're all there's like 10 of us just standing around talking. And my, at that time, 13-year-old goes, "Hey, I'm Mackie. I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Jay's son." And I was like, this kid could sell jets.
Wow.
Like, that's like, he'll never not be successful with that.
Yeah.
Like, that trumps any grade.
Yeah.
At that age, that's great.
To a hottie.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. They dating?
Which wife's son is that?
What?
Which of your wives' son?
First wife,
the one.
Well, the first wife is the oldest son.
So
The
I'm
second
saying
wife is the youngest son.
this is the younger son.
This guy's a genius.
He is.
Well, I don't know which of your wives was which, but I know one of your wives was like
This is my
biggest
youngest
crush when I was in high school.
Nikki?
Yeah.
Yeah, her son.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Little Mackie. my
he's
boy.
gonna have confidence.
So you married now?
Yeah, the best.
So how are you going to make this one work?
It just works.
You don't do any work to make it work? It just works?
Of course there's
It
work.
works if you work it?
You want to know the secret to a
Yeah, I'm
happy
30
and healthy third marriage?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Separate bedrooms.
You got separate
We have
bedrooms?
separate apartments.
You're on separate sides of the country?
She lives above me.
Really?
Yeah. See her first thing every morning.
In the house, she's above,
It's a building with 3 apartments.
right?
I have the first floor. There's somebody on the second floor, and she's on the third floor.
Who's the buffer person?
A judge,
Referee.
Nancy, a federal judge between us.
Referee in a
Yeah, she's a judge.
soccer outfit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a retired judge.
Oh my god.
So like,
So if you have any problems, you go to the middle
I
apartment.
got no problem. I'm over problems.
So explain this, because I'm still in the same bedroom with the missus.
You got to get out.
Are you together for a little while in the evening and then you part?
Like fighters, neutral corners. See you in
Yeah.
the morning. Good
Yeah.
game. Fool around a little bit. That was amazing. See you in the morning.
Yeah.
The first person I see in the morning, other than my son. So she's, she'll walk the dog to Starbucks, and she's back at my apartment at about 7. We all have
You
breakfast.
sleep better this way?
I sleep great, and I have too much gas. I don't want to watch House Hunters.
Yeah,
Women love House Hunters.
Whose idea was
they
it?
do. International.
Hers.
Yeah?
When we get married, we don't have to live together. I was like, I got on my knee right there. But
Wow.
I was big like you.
No, you weren't big like me.
Want to see a picture?
Yeah.
I was 240. I'm also shorter than you.
Okay.
Well, nobody's big like you.
Nobody.
You're a miracle.
Nobody's big like me, baby.
It sounded horrible, didn't it? Yeah,
Let's
I was
see the-
big, and then I got on my knee, and she had to help me up.
Again, telling God what to
Let's
do.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were pretty fat.
Yeah.
I'm,
I say
I'm
big, he
surprised to
says
see you. Look like a different guy.
I look like my dad. I look like all my uncles.
You're more castable like this, though.
Shut up.
I'm gonna make him fat again.
Look at that.
Yeah. I have a couple of those.
And I was bald. That's me after hair and makeup.
Oh,
That's
wow.
on the set of Winning Time.
Wow, you look like that dude from The Office.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how big I was.
I can't believe. So what'd you do to lose the weight?
How do you think I lost it? I stopped eating ice cream in the middle of the night. I go to the gym every day in Ozempic, mostly the last one.
But when you did Jerry, you were trim.
You must be very busy to not have time to say Maguire.
Yeah, I have to go outside in a
You
minute.
probably say merch.
I'm trying to get through it because I know you got to pee soon. So
I'm actually doing okay.
Yeah, good.
Jerry Maguire was like
But-
180.
I mean, you were really,
I was 25 years old. The joys of youth, right?
yeah. But not there are 25-year-olds that are overweight.
What was that like being in, I mean, I'm sure you've talked about it, but that's like an iconic film that you were in.
It was my first movie ever. And it's like, I'll never forget the first day. Well, first of all, I auditioned to be the quarterback played by Jerry O'Connell. And I just was supposed to do a Southern accent. And for whatever reason, I blew it that day. I just couldn't get it together. And then they said, have you read the script? I go, yeah. They said, you know the part for the male nanny? I go, yeah. They go, you think you want to try that one? I'm like, I would do anything in this movie. So yeah.
Sure.
So you go, the sides are in the hallway. Just go, take your time and come back. So here's a stroke of luck. In the audition scene, the nanny says to Tom Cruise, I want you to use this. And you think he's going to give him a condom.
Mm-hmm.
And he hands him instead a cassette tape of Miles Davis, Kind of Blue.
Yeah.
And so whatever Cameron Crowe, a musical audiophile guy, wrote in that script, like, you got to understand, it's Miles Davis and John Coltrane and Cannonball. These are masters of jazz. I knew all the musicians, so there was nothing to memorize.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way he felt when he wrote it. So I literally looked at it and just walked right back in. They thought I was like a savant.
Wow.
And I did that. I'm like 2 masters of jazz and Bill Evans and this and 18-year-old Tony Williams on drums. He always liked working with young people because he could mold them. Blah, 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 blah. And I killed it. And then they said, what? And then it was quiet. And then Jim Brooks said, well, what about Sugar? And I was like, yo, I knew how big that was. I wasn't going to do that one in the hallway.
Yeah.
So I said, could I have some time? And what really struck me was they had so much time. Like they were all like hands in the pocket, leaning against the wall. There was no like, we got to get it. We shot like 3 pages a day. It was this massive, at the time, $80 million movie. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And they gave me a week to memorize 2 or 3 scenes.
That's a lot of pressure.
And I just, no pressure.
No?
I just did the other one in the hallway.
Right.
Okay, all right. Well,
And like they want me. They suggested it. So I already know they like me.
okay.
Pressure's going reading in front of a casting associate in the Valley that doesn't look up from her page.
Right.
And she's like, oh my gosh, you came here to fire me. Like, I'm going to go read with them.
Yeah.
And I read it and they said, can you read with Tom on Saturday? And I said, yeah. Again, no pressure.
Were you starstruck or anything like that to meet Tom Cruise?
You couldn't say the whole name, by the way? You just Tom? You have no time? You have no time to say the whole...
I'm not even looking over there.
Okay.
You
I'm just asking.
So, Jerry Tom. And so I was excited, and like that's a thing with me my whole life. Instead of getting I was starstruck with like David Mamet, and like there's certain people where I'm like, yikes. But with when there's work to be done, and there's a gain that I have, there's something for me to gain in my best interest. Finally, I have the best opportunity to get it because the best person's on the other side with me. Nobody doesn't want you to get the part. They want whoever's the best to get the part.
Right.
So you've been reading. It's like if you play golf, you want to play with the golf pro,
Yeah.
the club pro.
Yeah.
So like finally, I'm with an actual actor. And he knew every line of every scene. He was completely off book. We were a month out.
Wow.
And he tried to kill me with it. It wasn't like, it's okay, take your time. No, man. It was one of those moments.
You
like,
step up.
You step up. What do you got?
So wait. What do you mean he tried to kill you with?
He acted like it was freaking Tom. Like,
right.
People forget what a great actor he is. And I fired him. And he's like, you ungrateful. Like he was heated.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. Like he's really like, it was weird. And then there's a part where I have 2 lines back to back with a pregnant pause in between. And I realized in that pause in real time, oh, they think I forgot my line if I keep going longer. So I just kept filling that balloon with their anxiety. And then he's staring at me, but I never left character staring at him. And then I go, you should say something. And I felt the air go back into the room, and I knew I had it.
Wow.
I let them know I wasn't afraid, you know? it was just the balls of youth.
What did you learn from working with Tom Cruise aside from the fact that
You can be nice to every single person on the set. That takes zero effort to be a pleasant person all the time. And everyone on the set is a part of a department. You are not as actors, it's like, where's my breakfast?
Yeah.
We're like, I can't believe they didn't turn on my water yet. I've been here since 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, the wardrobe people have been there since 4:30. The electricians have been there since 4:30. Realizing I have the actual easiest job on that set. I get to go home when my scene's over. I don't have to drive a truck with a film in it to Silmar to deliver something after everybody's home in bed. I get a 12-hour turnaround per my union's rules. If I get sick, somebody's going to come see me. Like, there's a medic just in case something goes down. Like, I got it made.
Yeah.
And with him, it's he really could. He never said it, but I could tell he saw that every person on this set represents a department that's infinitely as important as my department.
Right. That's amazing. Amazing. How did you know so much in your first film? I mean, you didn't study for 12 years before you got there.
All I had to know was the lines.
But there's more than that. You were so good in it.
No, it's not.
So
That's the David Mamet thing. Like,
so just hit your mark and speak.
That's the job.
I know. I've heard that. It's more than that. There's a certain thing.
He was a prick, and I'm good at that. And there was a posture to it. Like, whenever Bob Sugar was talking to you, there was always like a diagonal line down from my eyes to your eyes. Even if I'm lower than you, I'm looking down at you. That was like the only real acting I did was my posture. So it wasn't even acting. It was a physical thing. And then our first scene was the fire. No, that's not true. We kind of shot in order, but when we did the firing scene, we were at this restaurant on Melrose, and I had done it in these chairs at Sony, where I was able to kind of just look down like I win, right? But then I was in this like booth at this restaurant, like Edith Ann, in this big oversized chair, and the table was like up to my nipples. And we did a couple takes, and I felt ridiculous. And Tom goes, "How do you feel?" And I said, when I did the audition, I sat much higher, where I felt more of.
Wow.
And he goes, "Hey, Cameron, we got to get him another chair. He can't sit in that little chair."
Yeah.
Amazing.
And he goes, "Don't ever underestimate how important every single thing is to you." I was like, "You want to hear the craziest Tom Cruise
And that
thing?"
made it better, by the way.
Yeah, it made it what it was.
Yeah, wow.
What's the craziest Tom Cruise thing?
So when I'm firing him, it's his close-up, and I drifted from the matte box. So I'm supposed to be right against the camera for his eye line, and I drifted away from it. I just didn't pay attention or whatever. So I'm about 6 inches from the camera.
Yeah.
So his eye line's fakakta. And as he's telling me how he's going to get me, he knows the frame ends like mid-chest. So right out of frame, as he's mother effing me, he's going like this. He's pointing me back to the matte box. He's got this speech, and he's doing his speech. I get back to the matte box. He gives me an okay sign.
Wow.
And he never took his eyes off me, never broke his... He was like, "You ungrateful unctuous. I'm going to get all my clients, and I want yours too, because this isn't over." Blah, 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 blah. It was like a complete separation of head and body.
Right.
That blew my mind.
Yeah, he's one of those guys when he's on screen, you got to watch him. You just can't take your eyes off
I
him.
love that guy.
Yeah.
Did
you
you
ever
stay in
have
touch
any...
with him?
No. Thanks for bringing it up.
During the filming, did you socialize at all? Lunch? During the breaks?
On set, yeah. Like, my dad raced cars with him, in the same race as him in like Watkins Glen and Long Island and Pocono Raceway. And my dad wanted to know. He goes, "Tom Cruise, he's the only one of us that never crashed at turn 2 at Watkins Glen or whatever. Ask him what gear he was in."
Wow.
And I asked him, and Tom's like, "I think I was in second gear." And then like a month goes by, and we're at Sun Devil Stadium, and Tom Cruise comes running towards me. He's like, "JJ!" And I go, "What's up?" He goes, he's a month later, he goes, "What gear was your dad in? I never asked you."
Wow.
I was like, whoa. He's a magical creature.
Yeah.
Jumping rope with, like, when he's exhausted after he gets fired.
Yeah.
He's in the office. He would just be banging out the jump rope. And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm ready." Boom.
Wow.
It was that was a phenomenal like you couldn't have a better experience than that as
especially
your first
for your
film.
I was gonna say
ridiculous.
your first film to like that's like going to
But the first thing we shot was when I ducked my head. He's talking to Regina King, and I ducked my head into his office, and I say, "Cronin's okay for lunch?" And he goes, "Oh, this is Bob Sugar, one of our junior agents." I go like this, and I leave. I open that door. It is a wall of cameras. Like I've never acted on anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done sitcom-y stuff. But it's just, and there's Cameron Crowe, there's Regina King, there's Tom Cruise.
Unbelievable.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I met a lot. Yeah. It was incredible. And then I did Picture Perfect that summer at the same time. They overlapped.
mm-hmm.
It was, living was like late 90s. Your boy was hot.
Yeah.
Oof.
We have to see you back doing these movies.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
And movies are the best because then you get to be done with them. It's not like this open-ended ellipsis of a show. Like you do a sitcom and you're like, am I going to do this for 8 years?
Right.
Just complain about who took my avocado out of my fridge.
Were you at the Saturday Night Live 50?
Best weekend of my life, and I have children.
Yeah.
Right. We can have those days.
It was incredible.
What was what
I was
were
in
your
a-
highlights on that?
I was in a room with Paul McCartney and Keith Richards.
No.
Yeah.
And you're the one that almost died.
I didn't almost die.
No, I know. Keith Richards.
Keith Richards ain't going to die. Hello, darlings. So I'm walking to the restroom.
He's like 88 now, right? Or something?
Something. He ain't 40.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the restroom on the 9th floor, which I'm not really familiar with.
Uh-huh.
And Zach Galifianakis is coming towards me. I go, Zach, is the restroom down here? He goes, yeah, Keith Richards is in there. Like he laughs it like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, woo! So I start like jogging.
Yeah.
And then I saw Keith Richards coming out.
Yeah.
Like with his like, hello, darlings.
He's a grandfather now or something.
I think Bill Wyman is his own grandfather. He
He
married
looks so old. I
he
know it.
married his son's his son married it. You got to look it up. It's
Okay.
crazy. Like his son is his father-in-law.
Did you read that the Stones claim Wyman talked about this? He made no money. Charlie Watts made no money. They were just paid like musicians.
Keith and Mick would squeeze them out early. There's a pen name, Nanker Felge, and that was Mick and Keith. So they would say like, no, we got this song from this guy, Nanker Felge. So Mick and Keith and Andrew Oldham would split the money.
Yeah, and these
But
other
they didn't
guys-
have bad blood about it.
Charlie Watts was broke at the end, they said, and
Really?
Wyman talks about the same thing. He has hardly any money.
Wow.
It was a big interview he did recently.
Who?
Wyman.
Yeah, he's super old. He tapped out early. He was smart.
Yeah, he got out. But he needed to get out of the work, he said. That's why. It's hard to believe.
What a great bassist.
Yeah. Amazing.
Best bass line ever, Sympathy for the Devil.
Mm.
Boom, 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 ba boom, boom, ba boom, 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 ba bum, bum, ba bum, 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 ba bum, bum, ba bum, bum.
Did you talk to McCartney?
No. They kept me pretty isolated.
Yeah.
No. No, you know what was great is people I'd never met, like Jack White.
Uh-huh.
I pass him in the hallway and he goes, Jay. I was
Really?
like, wow. 'Cause, I haven't really done anything since I've been sober. And you just kind of, you're like a dad and a husband. And it's like, oh, yeah, I made a mark. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And seeing the older cast members, especially the guys after me, like Will Forte and I just love those guys. And like when they would go, hey, it just made me feel so good.
I just saw Will. He's in the Four Seasons,
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, the Alan Alda remake.
Yeah. Didn't love the show, but he's great. She's great.
Let me ask you, have you heard of this Jerry Lewis unreleased movie, The Day the Clown Cried?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched a documentary on it.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
It's the Holocaust movie.
Yeah, what a clown making kids laugh on their way to the gas chamber hall. Like that's what a horrible idea. It didn't look particularly good in the clips they showed in the documentary.
Yeah, it was never released, and supposedly
Thank
it's not
God.
going to be.
Harry Shearer says it's the Velvet Elvis painting of Holocaust movies.
Well, what about what's his name? The Italian
great
guy that
line.
won the Academy Award. He did a Holocaust movie. What was his name?
Oh, Roberto
Benigni.
So he was entertaining his son during the Holocaust in the movie. And
Yeah, but not on the way to the gas. Like that's, I understand that part, but like, there's no
yeah,
the conceit of the show is like the Nazi SS goes,
Yeah.
you know, these kids are so sad on the walk
Right.
Yeah.
from the bunkhouse to the oven.
Yeah.
If only we had a guy to cheer them. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows why he did it, and I would like to see it one day. Just
The balls on Jerry Lewis.
yeah,
He must have been like, so big at the time that that he was like, let me take on the most challenging script. I could do it. It must have been like pure ego.
And
for
no
him.
one's ever
Yeah.
seen it.
Right.
right.
It's like
And
Bigfoot.
Then, and
Have
then
you ever met him?
he realized,
I wish.
oh, like this was a bad idea.
Was he a
at some
nice
point.
guy? I've heard polar opposite things about Jerry Lewis.
He was, bipolar kind of guy. I mean, I don't know if he actually had a diagnosis, but he was, could be incredibly nice. And then I met him once with a guy named Peter Potowski. You know, Peter?
Yeah.
Peter's one of the funniest guys to ever lived.
Yes.
And we go over to Jerry, and Peter's the biggest Jerry Lewis fan. We said, Jerry, can we get a picture with you? And he says, I don't roll that way. Like I had asked to have sex with him. I said, I just want a picture. I don't roll that way, man. And then we ended up taking a picture with him anyway. But
Without him knowing.
Fred Wolf was going to remake the bellhop and visited Jerry. And the story goes that when he met Jerry, Jerry was in like tennis shorts and no underwear and just had his entire
right.
twigs and berries out the side.
That was like a Rodney thing. Rodney always had him out.
And Buddy Hackett's like, oh, he was hazing him.
Yeah.
Buddy Hackett was my guy. Like I hung
You
out
had
with
him
Buddy.
on Last Comic.
Yeah, he was like a father to me.
That's how I learned about Buddy Hackett, was from Last Comic, and then I went back and became like a big fan of his.
Oh, to be in Nagasaki where the women chew the Becky and the men say, whoa, wacky, whoa.
The Bellhop. You know the movie?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, the heavy-set woman comes in,
Yeah,
And-
no offense.
and then, and he buttons it up at the end. She's lost all this weight, and then somebody asked Jerry to, like, hold on to, like, 6 boxes of chocolates. And he says, would you hold this for me, please? And she just lost, like, 50, 100 pounds, and she eats them all. And by the time he comes back with her car, she's fat again.
He really like. What's that scene where they showed it in the documentary and I'd forgotten it, but like it's almost like a night scene and he plugs something in and all of a sudden it's a day scene, like the outside of the hotel.
I forgot that.
It's crazy.
You know,
like,
how about when he's setting up the chairs? It's this giant room.
yeah. Tell me.
Oh, you got to see it. You got to Google it later. It's his boss says to him, his boss wants to get rid of him. So he says, listen, we have like 2,000 people coming. I need you to set up the chairs. And he goes to this room and he puts one chair at a time. And then he starts working really fast. And he puts 2,000 chairs out in about a minute and a half. And the boss comes and can't believe that he's actually done. You got to see it. It's incredible. Just Google Jerry Lewis chairs.
I want to hear about how you became friends with Buddy Hackett. Was that through the Friars?
I was auditioning for Paulie to be the voice of the bird.
Oh, yeah.
And
You got it over him, didn't you?
I did a Buddy Hackett
Yeah.
impression to do like,
I wish I could fly. Hooray, I'm actually flying.
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh, I'm totally getting this bird.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting and I'm real smug. They're like, you want some sides? I'm like, nope. They're like, you want something to drink? I'm like, nope. They go, okay, we're ready for you. Buddy Hackett walks out of the room. That's
Wow.
an audition right before me as I'm going to do a Buddy Hackett. He's
Yeah.
like, how I good luck, pal.
That's crazy.
The odds of that are zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
So then we met on set. He got an acting part on it. And then I also got an acting part on it. There's a part of the movie where it's me, Buddy Hackett, and the bird with my voice doing Buddy. And if you close your eyes, you can't tell who's who.
So you still did the Buddy impression for the bird, even though
Yeah.
you saw that he just came
It
out?
was a little modified.
Yeah.
And then one day the cat got her. And cha-cha-cha-cha.
Was he pissed? Was he like you?
No.
Yeah.
And then one day we're on the set and he goes,
You know, I'll never understand how you got a part doing me.
and I said, I think they wanted a younger sounding you. He goes,
Fair enough.
he goes, Jenna Rollins is like in the movie and she's very actor. Like she's got a process and she's, first of all, one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid eyes on in my life. And one of the greatest actresses, woman under the influence.
Yeah.
Come on.
John Cassavetes.
Oh, but she's like, okay, I'm
Peter
going to walk
Falk.
in like this. I'm going to walk in like this. And then I'm going to do that. And to the script supervisor, could you make a note that I have this glove in this hand because I am going to transfer it at this part in this part of the scene and this, and I'm going to address, could you guys stand a little closer together because I'd like to dress you both as one, as an adversary, so I don't have to split, blah, blah. And it goes on and on. And they go, okay, we got it. And she leaves the store, and Buddy goes, hold on a minute. He comes out from behind the counter, opens the door, and goes,
Hey, Jenna, don't forget to come in.
I remember her in Gloria.
nothing.
I
Woman
apologize.
Woman Under the Influence blew my, like, it made
It's
me
an
very,
amazing movie.
It makes me very uncomfortable how she's a little crazy, a well-meaning crazy. Like the kids alone with her, like, yeah, they're safe, but something's weird about this. And Peter Falk's so in love with her, and then she goes away and gets like shock treatment or something, and she comes back normal, and he doesn't like it.
She didn't make the kind of movies that were universal. Nobody went to see John Cassavetes, really. I mean, I remember him as an actor.
There's nothing I want to watch more.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. I remember seeing him in some truck movie from 1958 or something. Just amazing. And then, of course, he became a great, great director.
So wait a minute. So you, off that movie set, you become friends with Buddy Hackett.
Yes.
Did you hang out with him?
All the time. I used to stay at his house.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
What was his house
Where
like?
would he live? In Vegas or Palm Springs?
No, Whittier on Whittier off of Sunset.
Lydia.
Lydia, he goes, I used to live in that house right there.
Yeah.
I go, why'd you move? He goes, didn't like the neighborhood.
You have a good story about Buddy Hackett's son.
Oh, Sandy.
Sandy?
You know Sandy?
Yeah.
So I worked with him at the Tropicana.
And Ivy.
I don't know Ivy, but I worked with him at the Tropicana in Atlantic City. And sometimes I call people Buddy. I just go, how you doing, Buddy?
Yeah, me
How you
too.
doing? Yeah. So I'm in the elevator with him, and he's going to his room. I'm going to mine. I'm getting off. I go, yeah, see you later, Buddy. He goes, Sandy. Yeah, Buddy, Sandy. And he thought I was making fun of him.
Oh.
Yeah, and I ended up apologizing, but I didn't mean that you would, But that's what happened.
Yeah.
But a very nice guy, too.
Yeah. Always been
I
nice to
remember
me.
it being a funnier story. Sorry for bringing
Yeah,
it
sorry.
up.
No, anybody Hackett story is amazing.
Yeah.
I used to go over to his house on Whittier all the time, and then he had a Malibu house that he let me stay at. And
Yeah.
when I bought a gun, the 10-day waiting period, he lent me a gun in the meantime because I had a home invasion.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
the gun he lent me was a .38 service revolver, and on the handle it said, "To Buddy Hackett, fondly, the Florida Patrolmen's Benevolent Association." It was like the longest.
So you were very, very close with him.
Yes, he was like a father to me.
So
What do you think he saw in you?
We're comics.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
We
like,
just-
there's a lot of comics. What do you think made him gravitate towards you so much that he took
I don't
you
know
on
if
like that?
I don't know if he gravitated toward me. I think I cut off the ring on him.
Yeah.
Like I know his importance, and I loved him.
Yeah.
Like we kissed and said I love you to each other.
Yeah.
But I don't know who actually like gravitates towards me. I cut off the ring, and I make sure I'm in your business for fear of being FOMO.
Yeah.
But I do that with like bullies, the old crotchety guys at meetings. I make sure like
Yeah.
they know who I am.
Sure.
It's just such a joke to me. Like especially bullies or like big tough guys. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah.
By the way, you ever hear Buddy Hackett's Chinese Waiter album?
Of course.
No laughs.
No laughs, right?
Yeah.
There's no audience.
Bob Newhart. That was his. I believe that was one of his second time on stage. The Button Down Mind of Bob
yeah,
Newhart.
button down.
He was at
Yeah.
a Playboy Club in Milwaukee.
He recorded, yeah, it's unbelievable. And then he started performing.
Warner Brothers' first gold record.
Right. And Shelley Berman, too.
Really?
Shelley Berman had a couple of gold records, one after another.
What really trips me out about albums, Hello Dummy,
Yeah.
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
Yeah.
it's all crowd work.
Yeah.
So when I'm listening to that album, and it's only like 22 minutes long,
Right.
and when I'm listening to Hello Dummy, the album, he tells no jokes, and I do all the work.
He
I have to picture
Yeah.
each person. Oh, look at this. I never entertained a Mountie before. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, you dumb broad, before you get the Mountie to lay on you.
he did almost no jokes his whole career. If
but that was not his style.
Right, but it's unbelievable. Like that Don Rickles, one of the funniest comics ever, has almost no jokes.
Was he?
I think so.
No, I'm back to Bill Burr.
Well,
Yeah,
his Reagan appearance at the...
Yeah, I mean, but it's like if you
Anyway, gang.
what's a Rickles set list?
No, he didn't have the material. But let me ask you, guys like Hackett, when they were going on Tonight Show, they never did material. They brought on old jokes.
Right.
Parakeet joke.
Or Buddy would tell me he would call them up and say, I got 5 minutes I want to do. He would just have material for that. He would never do his act.
No, there was no real stand-up. He would sit on the panel.
But I don't know how much stand-up they really did. Like, everybody makes over Red Fox. Red Fox told jokes like Jackie the Joke Man.
Yeah, although his album, Got to Wash Your Ass.
You gotta wash your ass.
That was his last album.
Got to wash your ass.
Of course Pryor was...
The nose.
Of course Pryor was like this monster. Because he had like bits and wealth. Like the wino and Dracula.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what you doing peeking in those people's window? And he goes, yeah, you in the cape. Which means Dracula actually looked and went, who, me?
Yeah.
That's like the comedy off camera is what makes me laugh. He goes, a wino don't worry about nothing but running out of wine, man. A wino don't mess with Dracula.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what you doing peeking in those people's window?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, man, you in the cape.
Yeah.
So that means the joke to me is off camera that he doesn't say is like the Dracula's peeking in somebody's window.
Yeah.
And looks at the wino and goes, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you in the cape.
Wow.
Now, Rodney had material, always.
Oh.
Rodney was the best
I
online
don't
guy
think
in history.
anybody really can appreciate the genius of him.
He was the best Tonight Show comic ever, I think. He was so perfect for that show.
He used to wear an earpiece, and his wife would go in the balcony of the Laugh Factory and read his act to him.
Wow.
And he would say the bit when he was really old, like after Ladybugs.
Right.
So I tell Jamie Masada, I go, watch this. I go upstairs, and I walk past her, and I pinch her like side, and she goes, oh! And downstairs, Rodney goes, oh!
Did you ever hear the tape of Rodney explaining to the band their cues?
No.
I will send that to you.
Please
after.
do. I love that stuff.
Yeah, so it's Rodney explaining to
I've
the band
seen it, yeah.
every single joke he's going to do, where it's going to be in the act, what time I'm going to deliver that joke. Tells him all this in advance. I don't know how
very
they ever remember
meticulous.
I
that.
don't know how people memorize jokes like that. Like,
did Buddy Hackett give you any advice that, or anything that you were able to take?
he was like a living advice.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, how not to do things. And he would admit to me his bullheadedness really cost him in life.
Yeah.
And he would really, it wasn't in comedy stuff. It was like real, like about cheating on your wife. I'd be like, well, what if it just happens? He'd be like, it never just happens. Right. Like I was how, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a look, there's a glance, then you got to cross the room.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what he told me the best advice? He said, we did the MTV Movie Awards together. And he goes, where did you walk when you went on stage? I go, I walked to the mic. He goes, why? I go, because that's where people walk. He goes, right. He goes, you see where I walked? I go, I didn't really notice. He goes, I walk in front of the mic. And I look at the guy in the front row and I shake his hand. And then I walk over to the other side of the stage. And then I look up at the balcony because that guy paid for parking.
Wow.
Then I go to the other side of the stage because I don't want them to think I forgot them. And then I go behind the mic and all those people come behind the mic with me.
Wow.
I've never walked behind a mic since.
Wow.
So when you go do your stand-up,
I walk in front of the mic, I shake a guy's hand, I go, what about these guys? And then
I'm going to try that. I want to try that.
I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah. By the way, on that Chinese Waiter album, one of my favorite
Hey, if you're going to go in
jokes-
front of the mic, be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Al Pacino says if you're going to walk in front of the mic, you better be careful. You'll fall off the stage. Curtis Mayfield Jr.
One of my favorite jokes is on that Chinese Waiter album, the Buddy Hackett album, where he goes, "I don't care who you are. You could be a businessman. You could be when you get home, you're a garbage man." You know that joke?
Yeah.
And your wife's got a wet package waiting for you, right?
I go, how'd you meet Sherry, his wife? He goes, she was a dancer. When I met her, she was Cherie Dubois. Now she's Sherry.
He gave you a lot of like life advice on how not to cheat and how not.
Well, it was not how not to cheat. It was more like, what do you like? What? Don't kid yourself.
Right.
There's effort involved in any affair.
So how do you prevent that?
What? Cheating?
Yeah.
I couldn't begin to. It's such a foreign thing to me.
Yeah. It's actually very easy not to.
Yeah. What is it? It's easy to tell a lie. It's really hard to tell just one.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I couldn't go home if I cheated. Like, I wouldn't be able to walk into my house.
Well, maybe one day a long time ago, you were different.
First marriage, I was deplorable.
Yeah, yeah.
Made amends to her.
That's good. Did she accept it?
She did, and I said, "What can I do to make it up to you?" And you know what she said? She goes, "Could you speak well of me publicly?"
That's nice.
That was so cool.
That's beautiful.
I was like, "Well, that's going to be easy because we have a great kid. You did a great job." Because I was nowhere near this kid's life for a very long time.
I know. I remember you said
I don't know
that.
where you went to high school.
So say something nice about her publicly.
I just did.
Oh, you just
She's
said
wonderful.
the kid is great, but
No, she's a great mom.
yeah.
She is a great mom.
What was it like every day not being near your kid? Or
A profound hole.
yeah, I remember you saying.
Like, no matter how good your day is going, if that crosses your mind, there's a pit in your stomach, and then there's a pit under that pit. And
Did he know you were thinking about him?
I don't want to speak for him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but it's good now.
Yeah, and I'm reluctant. We have a don't talk about me on,
Okay, you
on
got it.
social media. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I can say things like we're best friends.
I know you told me that, and that's so
It's
wonderful.
crazy.
I'm also best friends with my kids.
Yeah.
My boys.
Well,
I asked.
you seem like you're best friend material.
Yeah, I did well with them. I actually said to them separately, "Tell me about your child." They're all in their 30s. I said, "Tell me about your childhood. Was it okay? Do I owe you anything? I mean, like, to clean anything up?" And none of them came up with anything.
Huh.
And that's all due to my
Well,
sobriety.
Ellen Burstyn, I asked her how old she was on the set of this movie. What was it called? Playing by Heart. And she's so beautiful. And I just made you couldn't even ask now, human resources and me too and all that. I just said, "How old are you?" And I forget what she said, but it was old and it was appropriate. And I said, "Wow." I said, "You're gorgeous. But the fact that you're so you just tell your age without all those stupid hang-ups makes
Yeah.
you more beautiful." She says, "I've never lied about my age." And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "But my son's been 35 for a long time." Isn't that great?
I met her, and she was so incredible. And she was in, of course, Alice Doesn't Live Here, which was a Scorsese movie. I was in a little tiny repertory company when I was 18 years old, and she was on Broadway with Charles Grodin in the play Sometime Next Year. It's an amazing play. And the head of my acting company said, "Listen, Mark, go ask Ellen Burstyn if she would come down and speak to our group." And I went to her stage door. She came out. I said, "Miss Burstyn?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "My name is Mark Schiff. I'm an acting company, and we'd like you to come speak to the young actors." And she said, "Absolutely." And she came down and just talked to us and spent time with us. And she was absolutely wonderful. She was also in Hubert Selby Jr.'s movie about addiction.
Last Exit to Brooklyn?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, Marlon Wayans.
Jared Leto and
Why am I forgetting now?
I'm forgetting too.
It's such a great movie about addiction.
I just want to be on television, she yells. Right?
Yeah, well, her
Jared
kid,
Leto, Jennifer Connelly, Marlon Wayans,
her kid keeps stealing her TV sets.
and she's whacked out on like Dexedrine.
Yeah, and it was just great. But she wrote a wonderful autobiography, and she I don't know, she's a meditative but very deeply spiritual woman.
You came up in New York?
Yeah.
Where? Long Island?
I was born in the Bronx, then Forest Hills, and then Manhattan. I moved to Manhattan when I was
You
17.
did the Improv a lot, the old on 43rd?
Yeah, 44th and 9th, between 8th and 9th.
I used to have to pick guys up there
Really?
because I had a car, so I'd get all this work as an opener in Jersey. I was still in high school.
I thought that was a gay thing. You used to pick up guys there.
No, I wish.
I know, me too.
And they go like, okay, you go pick up, whatever
Yeah.
at the Improv. We'll meet you there at 6 p.m. to drive to Binghamton for a show.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I'd go from Verona, New Jersey, and I was in showbiz, bro. And I'd be handed $50, and I was like, wow, like this is nuts.
Wow.
If I make $50 every night, that's $350. That's cash.
Yeah.
Like I'm a millionaire.
Did you ever do the Jerry Stanley gigs?
No, Phil Selman.
I don't know him.
It was 3 comics, $60 each, half hour each. I don't care who goes on what. Just go
You went to Jersey to do?
all over. Pennsylvania, Jersey.
Jim Balazos? You know him?
No. I did some Norm LaFoe gigs, who I believe did time for tax evasion eventually. And I met, do you know a guy named Mark Wilde?
No.
He saw me somewhere, and I was right out of high school. He goes, "I want you to open for me on the." He was a guitar act, and he was a road animal. He said, I'll pick you up at Willowbrook Mall at 6 and we'll do it. And he would give me like $100.
Mhm.
And I remember him getting paid like $250 at a bar on a Tuesday. I was like,
Crazy.
in 1988,
Yeah.
89?
Wow.
And I was like, okay, so what happened? I drove to Buffalo for $50, and that's what's missing from stand-up now. None of these kids are driving 8 hours for $50.
Yeah.
You might think I'm an idiot for doing that, but here's the story. 38 years later, I get back and I have first period AP French. And I'm sitting in high school in French class with a $50 bill in my pocket. It's 1988. Lunch was $3. $2 gets you a slice of pizza and a soda. $3, you can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around the room. I'm like, there's not a kid in here with $50 in his pocket.
Right.
Then I looked at my teacher who had a master's in French. And I went, she doesn't have $50.
Right.
Man, F school, I'm out.
That's it.
I just got to get D's to get out of here, and then I
Yeah.
can do whatever I want.
I would drive forever. Brogan and I've shared this. Jimmy Brogan. There was a gig called Grandma Minnie's in Philadelphia, 110 miles from Manhattan. Carl Waxman was the MC there, and he said to us in New York, he said, Jimmy, Mark, why don't you come next week? I'll get you on. No money, no pay, anything. We needed time. So we drove there. He goes, oh, I can't get you on tonight. We just drove 110 miles.
Yeah.
He goes, come back next week. We'll get you on. So we drove there next week. He got us on. I did 10 minutes. Jimmy did 10 minutes. We were thrilled.
Yeah.
It was
I
amazing.
used to drive all the way to Gloversville, New York for these gigs.
From Baruch?
Yeah, from New York, from Manhattan.
Set up by Tuxedo?
I don't even know where it is. It was like
Thruway North?
way out there, but it was stage time, and you get like $50 and a dinner. So you're like, yeah, okay, why not? And it was probably like 3.5 hours, 4 hours.
Up by Delhi, probably.
Yeah.
By the way, are you one of the two gentlemen from Verona?
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
You're not going to believe this. Anson Williams.
Wow.
Yeah. The best thing ever said on my podcast, which ties into this conversation, Bootsy Collins was on like 8 years ago. And I'm asking him about when he played bass at 18 for James Brown. I don't care about Parliament Funkadelic. You played with James Brown.
Letchman.
Yeah. And they hadn't been paid for like a month on the road. So him and his brother, Catfish, they call their manager, and their manager knows James Brown. He goes, tell him you need $200 a week, effective immediately. Tell him I said so. So they go to James Brown's room, and it's super intimidating. He's got every room service. Like everything you could order from this hotel is in one room, and he's in a bathrobe. He's like, come on in. And he goes, oh, we talked to so-and-so, and he said you should pay us $200 a week. Like the real sheepish. He goes, he told you that? You tell him I'm going to give you $250.
Yeah.
So $250, and Bootsy, this is 68, 67, 68. Bootsy Collins goes, and back then, man, that was like $1 million.
Yep.
And then he looked down at his lap. He looked back up at me and goes, it was $1 million. I'll never forget that sentence. I got goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
It was that stage time, 110 miles away.
That's right.
Was $1 million.
It was.
I will never know wealth like I knew wealth when a guy handed me a $50 bill as an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
I felt the same exact way. I just knew I was heading in the right direction. It was perfect. By the way, you mentioned Catfish Hunter, right?
no, his Bootsy Collins' brother's name was Catfish.
Oh, I thought you meant, okay.
I go, who gave him the name Catfish? He goes, I did. I hooked him up.
By the way, you have this tattoo I keep looking at on your wrist that says "My Life."
My wife, my life.
Oh, my wife, my life. Is that new?
No. Nothing interesting there. What about Catfish Hunter, though? Man?
Bob Dylan wrote a song about Catfish Hunter.
Really?
Did you know that? You're a sports guy?
Is it called Hurricane Carter?
No, it's called Catfish.
I didn't know that.
You should listen
You a
to it.
Dylan fan?
Huge.
Favorite Dylan album for me will be No One Picked. I like the Daniel Lanois ones, like Oh Mercy,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think is a
masterpiece.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
She ain't even on my mind.
Most of the time. Not Dark Yet is on there?
But it's getting there.
Yeah. It's a
And
death
Time Out of Mind. Those are my two.
Those are death albums. A man facing his attorney. They did that down in New Orleans.
Yeah. They found.
By the way, did you read Chronicles?
What's that?
Dylan's
From the Bible?
No, it's his autobiography.
No.
It was volume 1. 2 is coming out now, 20 years later.
The most Dylan thing ever.
Chronicles,
Making
by
the crowd
far,
wait.
one of
Yeah.
the top 5 autobiographies ever written.
Give me your others that you like. You don't have to give me 4, but.
Ladies and Gentlemen, Lenny Bruce, by
Really?
Albert Goldman and Larry Schiller. The story of Lenny Bruce.
Okay.
It got me into comedy. And Seinfeld too. We both didn't know. We were both reading that book when we were like 16 years old. Separate places, never met, and that drove us to comedy.
Sammy's was great.
Yeah,
Steve Martin's, I think, is the best. Born Standing Up.
Standing Up was great.
The
yeah.
way it's almost like this meditative Buddhist, like I can't even explain how he describes stand up, and then it made me go back to his albums and realize how his fingerprints are on everybody. But Sammy's, what I love about Sammy's was he had that crisis of conscience, like any good hero story, where he realizes he's full of garbage. He's like, I'm not doing so good on stage. Like, I'm doing good. They think they're having a great time.
Yeah.
But I know something's
right.
And he listened to a performance, and it was all like, ladies and gentlemen, with your kind permission, because you're so wonderful. He was just like, what am I doing? He just kept, you know what I mean? He was like being a phony.
Yeah.
And then he had to go back to it, like back to the Maston Trio.
We know when we're not being honest. They don't.
The great one, Jackie Gleason's is great.
Yeah, yeah.
So when they were doing,
I read that one. Yeah.
When they were doing Smokey and the Bandit, his agent goes, so here's the deal: you can make X amount up front, and then we're gonna give you I don't know the numbers, so I'm just 6% of the adjusted gross, and he was all about cash.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't want to go through anybody's checkbook, pal. You give me as much money up front as you can. You got $100,000. Had he taken the deal, he would have made $16 million.
Wow. Arguably the best comic performance in history, The Hustler.
The greatest single syllable ever uttered on film was after 3 days of shooting pool.
Let me guess. Who's saying it? Jackie?
Yeah. One word. And the whole movie, the whole house of cards comes down.
So it's not your shot.
They're done. Like, it's 3 days of shooting pool. Paul Newman's got him.
Uh-huh.
What were they drinking?
I don't know.
J.S. Barry.
So he gets up and he's like, no words are said, but it's obvious, like, he's getting dressed to go home, and he's got a valet with him. He's a real big shot, and the valet he puts out his arms, and the valet puts his jacket on him.
Yeah.
And the valet takes his hat and hands it to him. He puts on his hat, and like people can barely keep their eyes open. Then he puts his hands out like this.
Powder.
And the valet puts his gloves in, and he looks at the valet and goes, chalk. Like, I'm going again. It was all a show for Paul. And Paul Newman just dies.
Yeah.
He beat Fats. And he just shakes his head no and goes, chalk.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I'm so fired up. And he did like weird movies too, like was it Soldier in the Rain with Steve McQueen? That was a weird movie.
And then he did Tom Hanks, was it?
Nothing in Common.
Nothing in Common.
I haven't seen any of these.
Written by comedians. Mike Preminger and Podell.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Rick Podell and Mike Preminger wrote that.
Did you read Keith's? Hold on, we're on a roll here. Did you read Keith's autobiography? Keith
Poet?
Richards?
Oh, Keith's. Yes, I did.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was great.
No editor came near that. It's so obvious. It's exactly what but him describing the joy he felt jamming with Paul McCartney. They were neighbors, and he sees Paul walk by on the beach and like wherever. And he's like, come on in. They share a joint and they're jamming. Paul's a lefty. It's the first time in his life he could sit across from somebody and just mimic their hands. Because Mick Taylor, Brian Jones, Ronnie Wood, they're all righty. So they have to sit side by side, and you got to crane your neck and look over.
Right.
And he just sat across from Paul like, oh my God, this is fun.
Yeah, that was a great book. There's a couple of great autobiographies.
But you say Chronicles is the one. Oh, the Lenny Bruce, ladies and gentlemen, Lenny Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lenny Bruce. I think it came out in '68. Well worth your time.
And that made you become a comic. That's what
It was incredible. It was an incredible
and
book.
watching Mark Baum Letterman made you become a comic.
I'm breaking his chops. A lot of things. Was your child? When did you know you wanted to do comedy?
12 years old.
Yeah, same.
My parents took me to a nightclub called the Boulevard Nightclub in Rico Park, Queens. I'm an only child. They took me everywhere. There's a singer named Al Martino. He's the headliner. He Italian singer, wonderful. Rodney opened the show. I'm 12. I'm sitting in a nightclub with my parents.
Isn't that crazy?
Rodney busts through the curtain, doing jokes. I have no idea what he was talking about, like marriage jokes. I'll tell you, my wife, sometimes she's like a car. I can't get her to turn over in the morning. I have no idea what he's talking about. I see my parents laughing their heads off, and I said, look how happy they are. I've got to do this for a living. And
Was that your
Is it-
role as a kid? Were you like the ref? Did they argue a lot as a kid?
Tremendous amount.
So you were sort of like,
My
everything's
father
okay,
didn't
right,
wanna-
guys?
My father didn't want to argue. My mother.
But the core of that story is that you wound up putting your life towards something to make your parents happy, that you saw made your parents
And
happy.
other people in the room there. I never saw anything like this in my life. I don't know if I ever saw a comedian before that.
Yeah.
Mine was more private. I remember reading, I don't know if it was comic books, but it was like comic strips.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody would curse in a comic strip, they put like asterisk, amperstamp,
Yeah,
yeah.
dollar sign, exclamation point. And I was like, but that means he's cursing. And I'm like, well, these symbols mean something else. Like that weird, like I'm in on something.
Mm-hmm.
Like that weirdness.
So how did that lead you to want to do this?
It just opened my mind to like there's a language within the language within the, like I'm like Carlin that way, where like words WORDS, words WERDS, words WU, like it's just there's just the fascination with the language. Or like when a guy's sad in a cartoon, they just draw like a little scribble over his head. Or like they draw to make Snoopy's feet dance, just those little, or something stinks, those little lines that would, in Mad Magazine, the little lines that would come off of something indicated it stunk. I knew there was a way to convey a message that wasn't what I was saying with my mouth, or that anyone around me was hip to.
Right.
And I always had to, and then I would go see movies like Stripes. I was like
Right,
9 or
Murray.
8. And I would come home and explain it like, no, you don't. Like, it was like, no, I took the Lewis and Clark Trail. There's an ocean out there that we haven't seen yet.
Did you talk to Bill Murray at the SNL 50th?
No, but I did a movie with Bill Murray that never got released called Seeing Other People. James Spader, Catherine O'Hara, and myself, obviously. And there's a break in filming, and Melora Walters, who I adore. There's a break in filming, and we're standing there near the craft service table, and this little producer guy goes, Bill Murray's birthday was coming up, 4th of July weekend. We're in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy says, listen, I understand it's your birthday. He goes, yeah. He goes, we're going to try to get you out that day. And Bill Murray goes, you're going to try to get me out? You little... Every anti-Semite grabs the guy, picks him up, and slides him like in the Wild West saloon movie, like across the deviled eggs and the celery. He goes, I'm the only reason you got this movie made, you little blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, and his hair's messed up. Bill Murray, like,
Oh, wow.
and then he goes outside to have a cigarette.
Yeah.
And I'm no dummy. I follow him.
Yeah.
I go, you got a cigarette? And he goes, yeah. Yeah. He goes, how you doing? I say, I'm doing good. He goes, you know, my sons are coming up because it's my birthday. I'm not going to use my jet this weekend. Are you going back to town? You can use my jet.
Wow.
This is 60 seconds. You talking
Wow.
about Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
Like by,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so kind to me
After that.
after just completely.
Eviscerating that.
Oh,
other
my
guy.
God.
Wow.
They're
Yeah.
gonna- by the
so
way,
why
they-
did the movie never come out?
It was a great script. It's all in the editing. You know, you go to a premiere or something, and like the first 60 seconds, you go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's all timing.
I don't know if you know this. They're going to show that with the day the clown died in a double feature. So, and they're going to hand knives. Hey, he did it. He brought it back.
I told Dean, why don't we work as a team? What a maniac. I like the revisionist history. Like, at least Jackie Gleason admitted to, I never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Uh-huh.
But Jerry's like, Dean and I was doing comedy at a club. He was lip syncing.
Yeah.
He did lip sync
Uh-huh.
brilliantly, but like he wasn't like real.
Sure.
And he goes, they said, well, we really need a singer. And I said, well, how about my pal Dean Martin? So he's taking credit for discovering Dean. He goes, so we went on stage. There was about 40 people. Second show, there was a line around the block.
Yeah.
Like, so let me get this straight. 40 people leave this club in Atlantic City and then just blanket the city where it's a line all the way down the boardwalk. Like, these people were such good hype men.
No internet, no nothing.
Like,
no
you
Twitter.
got it. Second show, there was a
They're
line
knocking
around
on
the-
doors going, come on, you got to go down.
You don't understand.
to the club in
It's
Atlantic
Jerry
City.
Lewis discovered Dean Martin.
I read Dean and Me, which is, they say all lies, but so entertaining to read.
Nick Tasha's Dino was exceptional.
Yeah. Yep. You know, Scorsese said he's been trying to make the Dean Martin story forever and can't. I don't know why.
Why? Joe Montana 20 years ago would have been great for that.
I went to see Jerry Lewis.
Can't you see we're talking? There's
Yeah,
headliners
Lewis
here.
something. My
We're
God.
headliners.
You got a green hat. Doesn't mean you can
All right,
jump in.
You got 8 minutes.
I saw Jerry Lewis like a few months before he died in Thousand Oaks. He did one of those Q&As
I was out
at a
there.
theater. You went?
I did.
At the end, somebody's like, "So Jerry, what do you got going on? Do you have any projects in the works?" And he went for like 20 minutes listing projects, and he's like, he can barely stand up. He's in his 90s. He goes, "Yeah, I got a new sitcom coming
That's
out
how those
on
guys worked.
NBC."
He wasn't lying, I bet, though.
No, he was lying.
No.
He said, "I got 3 movies in the works.
You'll back me on this. One thing
I
about
will.
Jerry, he put his ass in a seat and he was at a typewriter every day.
He wrote.
I don't doubt it, but I mean, he was like, "Yeah, I got he's like, I got a sitcom coming out on NBC." I go, "There's no way they got a."
He
sitcom
also
coming out
invented
on
the
NBC.
video.
Video Village?
No, like that where you can look at the scene you just shot.
Oh, playback?
Yeah, he invented that.
Is that for real?
Yeah, I've heard it more, not just from him, from other people.
Second show, there was a line around the block.
8,000 people.
Somebody asked him about that too at the show. They said, you invented this thing. What was it that you said about the
video.
filming? Yeah,
Playback, video playback.
he said I wanted to get a book. This was great. This is how quick Jerry was. He goes, I wanted to get the book. You wrote a book on it, but it's out of print, and there's only one copy available on eBay. This old dog-eared copy, and it's $250. How do I get that book? And like without missing a second, Jerry goes, Would you do it for $150?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they were so gigantic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's photos of them throwing their pictures out the window at the Paramount Theater. You know, just thousands of girls down there.
It's the perfect combo.
I know.
You ever had the Scalar brothers on here?
No.
I love those guys. They're
Okay.
identical twins team. They're never going to break up. That's
Right.
If you want to be the biggest comedy
Yeah.
team in the world, all you have to do is not break up.
Yeah.
Because everybody breaks up.
That's true. Yeah, it's true. There's not many comedy teams anymore.
You'd love the Scalar brothers.
I'm sure I will.
I love them. They're great. And you know what's amazing about
They're good guys.
They're good guys, and I was kind of got jealous of them because like they get this, they're brothers, and they get to spend so much time together because they work together. Like who gets to enjoy getting to their whole life with their brother like that?
Yeah, they never like fight. They were just on my podcast, and what's fascinating is they'll finish each other's sentences like identical twins do, but it's an act.
Wow.
So you run the risk of really stepping on one another, but like when they take turns talking, there's never an overlap, and then they'll just say a punchline at the same time, and then other ones they don't, and the other guy will they're really doing some other level, like 5-dimensional chess up there. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
It's nice to hear.
Amazing,
It's
yeah.
nice
And
to
they're
hear.
good dudes, good dads.
Even better. Even better there.
Yeah.
So listen, I know.
Yeah, I gotta go pee again.
We got. Could we do one of the stories? Round it off.
Okay, real quick.
We usually like we'll run a story by the guests. We pick some stories.
I like stories. My podcast is called Most Stories.
Oh
It
yeah.
certainly is. So what we try to do here is we got a couple of stories here, and we just try to find the funny in it.
Oh,
Okay, here we go. So let's see here.
gonna be about a Mexican boat crashing into the Brooklyn Bridge.
Did you see the video of that?
Oh my God,
That was insane.
Let's talk about it.
Puerto Ricans never would have done that.
How did they?
There's no Mexicans in New York. Look, I've never heard of a Mexican
why
in New
aren't
York.
there Mexicans in New York?
Yeah.
I don't know. I moved to LA. It's no Puerto Ricans. It's all Mexicans. I
Right.
grew up in New Jersey. There's no Mexicans. It's all Puerto Ricans.
Right.
Right.
But what's weird to me is there's no state in the middle, like where they overlap. It's not like in Kansas, it's 50-50.
I went to Puerto Rico. No Puerto Ricans there.
That's nice.
It's amazing. All Amish. The Amish have taken over.
I like Don Gavin's old joke. He goes, I went to Puerto Rico. I don't recommend it. Too many Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
And they're down there all year. I don't know how they can afford it.
I went to the Middle East with Don Gavin. We did a USO
Really?
tour.
Yeah.
One of the best comedians he was the first guy that would walk on stage and people started giggling before he spoke.
He was so
I've
funny.
never seen anything like that.
How's he doing? Have you know?
No idea. I opened for him in St. John's, the island.
Uh-huh.
And it's like this big resort. And I'm like stressed, like I got to do this. You know, when you're new, it's like, this is my half hour. I'm going to do this and that leads into that. And I got this weird, cute sentence that ties these two jokes together. And he walks on stage. He goes, thank you for asking. Did you start laughing?
I went to the
Thank you for asking was his first line.
Nice. I went to the Middle East with a couple of these guys, and I had stopped drinking, and we went to countries where alcohol was illegal. And some of these guys really sweated out for a couple
I
of
bet
days.
Don was one. All those Boston guys were
Yeah.
boozers.
They love drinking.
Everybody winds up getting sober or dead.
I know it's.
The cemetery. What I hear, the cemeteries are filled with guys getting sober tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So here's one story. Let's find it here. Okay. Gwyneth Paltrow defends selling. You know about her goop thing? She's selling a $75 candle called "That Smells Like My Vagina."
No, can I get one?
Yeah, but I was telling Danny, what part of the day is she grabbing this smell?
Oh yeah, like after the carpool and you've been out running around all day. Not so much.
Yeah. After vacuuming.
I have no problem with anyone selling a $75 candle. I had Tim Ferriss on my podcast, a 4-hour work week guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's like, he literally just ran through a simulator, 1 hour work week, 2, all the way up to 9. People just gravitated, like 60% of people preferred the number 4.
That's it.
So we wrote the book around that. And then I said, I don't like selling t-shirts at my shows, but I got to do it because they want to meet me. And he goes, why? I go, because then they're going to come back and see me because they met me. He goes, you don't have faith in your act? He goes, I guess the real question is, do you want to be a vendor? And that cut me.
Yeah.
But then he goes, what he does is he'll have a dinner party and he'll charge like $5,000 to go to a Tim Ferriss dinner party. And the people that show up for $5,000, he goes, I found my A1 audience. So I would sell t-shirts for $25, but I had one shirt for $50. And if you buy this shirt, I know you're A1.
Yeah.
So she's just finding her A1 perverts.
People that want to sniff her vag. What would the Jay Mohr candle be called?
President Musk. Presidential Musk.
That's not bad. Musk. How about you?
What would my candle be called?
No, let me think about it.
Yeah.
What would it be called?
Yeah, well, hers is...
oh, I got it. JJ Bananas.
That's good.
Because that's what I say in my house. My wife's like, did you take the dogs out? I go, you must think I'm JJ Bananas. Of course I took the dogs out.
Of course I took the dogs out.
What do you think I'm Mark Bananas?
Yeah. Where was that from? Mark Bananas. There was something, wasn't there?
No, I don't know.
Something Bananas. I don't know what it was.
JJ Bananas.
So what would my candle be called?
Sauce.
Not flammable.
Sauce.
Sauce? Where's sauce?
You look like a guy that likes a good sauce.
I do like a good sauce.
That's a good word,
But
sauce.
who doesn't like a good sauce?
I like the steak myself.
Everybody likes a good sauce.
If I put sauce on my steak, you messed up my steak.
So before I got...
What's yours called?
So before I got my... I have hearing aids now.
Mm-hmm.
My candle would have been called what?
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 All right.
What about now?
I'm coming. But
it burns quick?
No, I mean in a.
How long's the wick?
Yeah.
By the way,
look at us.
Look at us,
2 guys in show business, right? Tagging bits.
The merch. Ralphie was insane with the merch. He had all these shirts.
At his funeral, they were selling like Ralphie's DVDs, and Jeff Ross goes, "Leave it to Ralphie to sell Ralphie May merch at his own funeral."
But he had like all these different shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And they were all like corresponding to different jokes that he'd make sure he's like, oh, I have to hit these jokes to sell those shirts.
I don't want to do that.
And then I was like, well, what's all the shirts? And he said what you said. He's like, he says, you got to go out there, you meet the people. He goes, it's the most important part. He says, we would spend the show. We would do about twice the amount of time of the show sometimes at the merch table afterwards.
Yeah, well, after your first show, you never get to rest. I just started doing meet and greets like 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
After the second show on each night.
Yeah.
Because my sponsor, Cowboy Dan, was, why don't you meet them? Boy, they sure get happy. I love when you meet those. And he just kept saying it.
Yeah.
And the way he put it up, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how's that working?
I mean, it's fine. Just go and pose for pictures.
The country western guys sometimes stay 5 hours after.
Yeah, Ralphie loved to spend time afterwards with every single person. And he told me, he's like, that's so important. He's like, all these people spent so much money to come out and see you.
What about the Orioles? They stink too, Jamie.
All right. Well, I guess
this was fun.
I think we're here.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
My boy Dustin Ibarra said he had a ball here too.
He did. He had a great time.
Joke machine.
Yeah.
He's great, and I love his look.
I know, right? This is what I look like.
Yeah. He's awesome.
I call him Chewy because he looks like Chewbacca.
He called me one night after a gig that he didn't do well at, and he was back in the hotel.
Yeah, he gets real low.
Yeah, and I told him about 10 gigs that I didn't do well at, and he was okay. That's what he needed to hear.
Every one of them was a Letterman set.
Oh,
We can't bring this back.
I'm going to go watch these Lettermans and see. This is... By the way, why don't you show one of your boys my Letterman sets? Maybe they'll go into show business.
you always did well on Letterman. You know I'm teasing you.
I do.
Mazel,
Mazel tough to you, Jew lover.
as we say.
Yeah.
Are you a
What'd you call-
Jew lover?
I'm circumcised. I'm down with the tribe.
Yeah.
I went to a Jewish preschool, Temple Shalom. I was the only kid in there with a tan.
That's awesome.
Wow. They didn't doing their homework. Yeah. I went to a temple that was so reformed, they were closed on Jewish holidays.
It's a private club, Wang. Don't tell them you're Jewish, okay? All right.
Did you grow up going to church?
Christmas and Easter. It was very relaxed. But we'd all wind up playing bells and being in the choir.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was exactly a mile from my house down Fairview Avenue. We'd ride our bikes in the parking lot. It was just this nice place you can go.
Nice.
And then my mom started going to the meetings there.
Did she got sober?
Yeah, she died sober about 8 years ago. She was like the queen of Northern New Jersey AA.
How long was she sober?
Over 30.
Wow.
Yeah, she got sober when I was 10. So I knew it worked.
Yeah.
That's why I waited.
But some people, but it didn't, you knew it worked, but you still had to do your own investigation.
I think that's why it took me so long to come in, because I knew it would work. I knew it would be like the end of an era.
Wow. It's taking a chance.
Yeah, not anymore, baby.
No,
Not
how long are you
today.
sober now?
4 years and 2 months.
Great.
I love it.
And you look great, man.
Feel
It's a
great.
great transformation too from those photos that you showed me.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah.
When will this come out? You'll let me know, right?
Yeah, this,
We should really start the podcast.
Right now.
Yeah. Ready?
Okay.
yeah.
Give us the intro.
Oh, did you turn it on, Swace? Oh, we didn't get any of this.
What a cool name.
Ladies and
Swipe.
gentlemen,
Jay Mohr.
Jay Mohr is in the house.
I got a mug. I'm going to get everybody pregnant.
We think it's funny. We hope you guys did as well. Mark Schiff, you've got a book out, don't you?
Yeah, why not? Lessons on Comedy, Courage, and Chutzpah. You got any books out already? You want...
No, but I'll
How
read
about,
yours.
how about
he's
your
got a
podcast? Your
podcast
podcast?
More stories available on, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, MOHR stories.
David Mamet, you got to see this. You got to hear this.
Flavor Flav, Will Forte. We had a nice month.
And I got a special that just came out on Amazon. You can go and
It's
rent
called
it.
Sauce.
Sauce. Yeah.
What is it called?
It's called Reconquistador. And
I got a thing for conquistadors. I'm glad you named it.
Yeah?
That's a good name.
Yeah.
We really struggle over what to name something. When
Right.
At the end of the day, nobody cares.
That's right.
I wanted to give people something they can't spell. But Reconquistador, it's out on Amazon now, so you could rent it or buy it on
You
there.
got any
And,
Twitter or none of that?
I don't care.
Anyway, we're on the show's on YouTube and Twitter and X and all that stuff. We think it's funny. Hope you guys did as well. See you next time.
I know it's funny. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Danny.
Thanks, Jay.